Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Here we talk about marketing and marketers from around the country. Today we're focusing on State College, PA, and Khurram Shahzad from Digilatics. And Khurram, welcome to the conversation today.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you so much.
Well, I appreciate you. I appreciate that you're obviously well focused in marketing. And why don't you tell us how and why you got started in this industry?
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity to talk about who we are and why we are doing this. I myself has worked in digital marketing for the last more than a decade now, almost 13 years. And every time I came across this term, clicks and impressions and all this, which is really important for people who are in the industry, but we are serving businesses who don't know what clicks and impressions are when we're doing any kind of marketing or advertising. So they want to know what kind of impact we're bringing to the business, how much sale volumes are coming into the business. So that's when that triggered us to develop or start doing something different than a traditional marketing or advertising agency. And when we say that, we started with the idea of having a one-pager dashboard, which is really telling the business owners about how much they're spending in their advertising, for example, what's the money going into the bank account. And then comes the clicks and impressions. Of course, you can't avoid that. But really, it starts off with really talking about the impact the advertising or marketing is making, or the marketing agency is making for their business, and how it is resulting in that. So as you can see, our name Digilatics is really based on digital and analytics. It's just a mix of that. So that's how we came up with the idea, and we started working on developing a dashboard. And that dashboard today is almost ready, and it shows, as I described, to all of our clients that we are working with right now. They love the dashboard. They love the reporting. They've never seen that before. One thing I might add here is it's easier to do this with e-commerce companies where every transaction is happening online from start to the end. But businesses which are in the traditional I would say brick and mortar, or like our clients, which are home services companies, their customers do not book the service or appointment online. They have to go through a process. They have questions. What will they get? How much they will pay? How long it will take? If this is covered or not covered. So what I'm trying to say here is the conversion or the sale happens over the phone. So it's hard to connect what Google Ads have done versus what happens on the phone. So that's what we've tried to connect, and we've been successful doing that. And all of our clients all across the United States love the dashboard mainly. And of course, we do lead generation for them through Google Ads, through search engine optimization, through Facebook ads, and much more than that.
I think showing results and understanding what your results are is very important to companies, because they're making a lot of investments on these ads, and you have to see the results. So measuring and being able to show that on a dashboard, make it very clear for people, really makes it a lot easier, because when you start talking about analytics, I'm sure a lot of people's eyes glaze over because there's a lot of statistics to read and understand. But if you're able to show the ROI right then and there, and make them happy with the result of what they're doing, obviously that makes them extremely happy with all the services that you're providing them.
That's correct.
Excellent. What do you see as some of the, looking towards the future, what kind of changes do you see within analytics and analyzing what the successes for e-commerce companies that we might be seeing in the future?
Well, we don't really focus much on e-commerce. We leave that to the other companies. I mean, just look at what Amazon has done during pandemic. In most countries in the world, Amazon is still a bookseller, and in the U.S. we buy diapers, we buy tissue papers, and all kind of stuff on Amazon. Like I don't remember going to Walmart or any grocery store in in 2 years, we just buy things online and they get delivered to our house. This has changed a lot, and especially COVID has changed the perception of internet and online buying behavior for most of the brands. One important thing I would add, relevant to your question, I was working in a company until COVID hit, and then the company had to shut down their marketing department because every client of theirs started, firing them or stop working for marketing with that company. And that's when I lost my job in COVID, and then I started this business. But right after I started this, I got huge success because the same clients I was managing in that company started coming to me that, hey, it's COVID, we can't do any offline marketing, we need your help. So at that time, that company didn't see that happening, and nobody saw that happening actually at that point. So it was a lots of stuff was happening in minutes. Like normally things change in months or weeks or like years. During COVID, things changed faster. Nobody was predicting digital would go this big, which it is today. All the companies, restaurants, look at them. Like when you go to a restaurant, there's a QR code, you're scanning the menu without looking at their actual printed menu. So things have changed, and in future, it has opened the horizon. Like the people who work in the industry, like marketeers, like yourself, like veterans in this industry, they've been thinking along those lines. Like last year, growth was not even compared to the last 5 years' growth before COVID. So things have already changed, and they're already changing. If I look at the Google Ads, for example, we spend a lot of time on Google Ads, most of our time. Google Ads have changed a lot. And when I say changed, it means it's giving us as advertisers more ability to reach the right target audience for our clients. And in the end, give more return on investment, get more better return on investments for our clients.
Well, it's fantastic that you are continue to be there for them and be able to service them with all your knowledge and your experience. And we really appreciate you sharing this all with our audience today. So thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you, Howard. Thank you so much for having us talk about this.
And thank you all for joining us as well. It's very important to make sure you're tracking every investment that you have digitally, and having the right resources like Digilatics is extremely important. You can learn more on dailyadbrief.com. But go out, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.